Hi there, this is my review for Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption is the latest game by Rockstar, who are very famous for their GTA games, of course. Open world games where you can basically do anywhere and go anywhere and do anything. Now, I must applaud Rockstar for the subject matter in Red Dead Redemption. Not everyone likes cowboys and westerns or spaghetti westerns, so it's really nice to see Rockstar moving away from familiar territory, with the Grand Theft Auto games and try something different. Now, again, not everybody likes cowboys and westerns, but I urge anyone to pick up this game and play it because it's quite good. Now, moving on to the story. The story is basically a spaghetti western story full of all those western cliches of betrayal and treasure and shootouts and all that. And I love that. I love that fact. It's really, and it's quite brutal. It's not a how you say, it's not a very nice game, and that's really part of the spaghetti western theme, because bad guys are really bad and good guys are bad as well, but less bad than real bad guys, all that. So it really does stay true to the spaghetti western themes and all that. So it's really a great story, and especially the main character, who's really a guy with a lot of layers. He can be very polite, he can be he can be crazy, he can be a badass, and he really thinks about his life and all that. And the dialogue of this game is just brilliant. It really shows what these characters think, and it's really nice. And there are a lot of great characters in this game. So, moving on to the graphics department. Well, graphics look very good, especially environments. The lightning when the sun goes down and all that. It looks very beautiful, but it is limited because of the fact that it's a western game. So there's a lot of, prairies and stuff. At some point, stuff kind of becomes a little, same old at some point. There's some memorable set pieces and how things look, but it's nice. They look good. Okay. Now, considering the fact it's an open world, you basically can't expect it to be very lush and all that. So now, one thing I do want to mention is the fact that the character models don't really look that good. I think they really look ugly and really rough around the edges. So I don't understand really why this is, because Rockstar has obviously spent a lot of time creating the vibe of this game, but they should have done a little bit more work on the cutscenes. And for the rest, it looks good. Okay, now actual gameplay. The gameplay of this game consists of a series of missions, a main story mode where you go from mission to mission, and missions are varied, but usually they come down to shootouts, and that's okay because this is a western game, so options are limited. Of course, you go someplace, shoot some dudes, and then move on. Now, story missions are nice, and there's a lot of stuff to do besides that. There's some side missions where you try to kill some bandits. You can go hunting for all kinds of different wildlife. You can play poker and do a lot of stuff. Help some random people along the way, and it's really nice. But although all that stuff is kind of a distraction, it's not really that interesting. But it's nice to have it as an option. I do think that the gameplay, it's a nice thing that you can play outside and indoors as well, but the indoors doesn't really work that well. I think it's controls feel kind of clunky, and especially inside buildings, The cover system, I think, is kind of broken. It doesn't really work that well. The shooting itself is satisfying, but a little easy. Your opponents tend to, come out of cover at some point, and then you just shoot them in the face, basically. Now, that's okay, but, makes the game a little easy, especially in the Deadeye view or option. That's really when you go into a duel mode, where in slow motion you need to basically target your opponent and then basically shoot him. So, but, it's only a minor complaint, because there's so much in this game you can do. This being a Western game, don't expect all the action to be very fast and furious like in the GTA games. This is the Wild West. We didn't have cars. You didn't have all the rocket launchers and all that. So you basically are limited to using guns and rifles. Okay, now that being said, all in all, this game is great. I don't think it lived up to the hype that everybody's on the internet is talking about, that this is just the brilliant game, the best game of all time or anything like that. It's not, because there are a lot of glitches. Controls are not that well implemented. The shooting is easy and all that, but all in all, it doesn't really matter, because the game is this good, I think, especially the story and how it all works out. I do miss the music. There are some Western, sort of spaghetti Western tunes in there, but it's not really that much. So, especially when compared to the GTA games, where you have a lot of options in music, like music stations and all that, that's kind of disappointing. So all in all, I'm going to give this game a solid 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching.